This is the Canon FTb QL film SLR camera, and I will show you how to use it. It will only be a basic tutorial showing the operations of the nice little camera. Little, it's a bit like a tank, and it's so heavy that you will feel it definitely if you wear it on the neck strap. So on the front we can see the Canon FD lens. It's a 50mm 1.8. Here we have the multifunctional lever that helps you with the self timer, the mirror lockup, depth of field preview and depth of field preview lock. The QL stands for quick loading. It helps you loading the film, but on the other hand, these cameras have no possibility of using a motor winder. On the other side there is the flash sync. Here we have the battery compartment cover. On the back the viewfinder. Other side is only the hinge. On the bottom we have the tripod socket and the film rewind release button. On the top you have the on-off switch and the battery checking, the film rewind knob, the shutter speed knob and the ISO speed knob, the film advance lever, the shutter lock and the shutter button, and also the shutter counter. All these cameras have also the thread inside, so you can use it with those old kind of remote shutter releases, cable shutter releases. On the lens there is the focusing ring, the aperture ring and the unmounting ring if you want to take off the lens. Unfortunately this camera has lost its shutter speed plate, so you cannot really know on what shutter speed you are, but it helps you that it has the speeds are visible also in the inside of the viewfinder, but we will get to that a little bit later. This camera is a fully mechanical camera, but it uses a battery to turn the light meter. So to remove the cover you just unscrew it. If it's too tight you can use a coin or your nails or a tool. Originally it needed a 1.3 volt battery, but I found out in my case that it also works with the standard 1.5 LR44 batteries. To load the film you have to open the back door, which is done by lifting this film rewind knob up and a bit more until it clicks and the door slides open. So here you can see the quick loading mechanism. It's another arm that helps you keeping the film on its place. Also it has a tiny illustration there that shows you that you need to pull the film tab until the red dot there, which you can see there. Take care to place those little cutouts so the teeth can be shown. You can grab into them so it's not sliding. You hold it in place and then until it is there. They also left a little window so you can see that the film has not slipped outside. Now we just close the door until it clicks like this. It's a good tip to put some tension in the film, but only a little. Okay, it also has. So when you advance the film, you see that it's also unrolling from the spool, from the cassette. Here we have the locking, shutter lock. So we will have to put it from L, there is a tiny red L there, to the A position. And now we will just shoot a couple of times. I shoot like 3 times, but on this camera I will have to verify what happened with the shutter counter, because it's not working for now. To change the shutter speed, you only have to rotate this ring. It goes from B to 1000. And if you want to change the ISO, you have to lift up this ring, as you can see it here, like this. And while you are lifting it, you rotate it. Here you can see that there is a tiny little window raised up. That was the part that was not covered by the shutter plate with the speeds engraved on them. So now it is on 50, ISO 50. I will just put in, let's say, 200 for now. Okay, let's just have a look in the viewfinder. I will be able to show anything I want to show, because I'm looking at very close to my tablecloth. I cannot show you how to focus it with, but in the middle you can see that circle that needs to be sharp, so that you know that the image will be sharp. On the left bottom side you can see the shutter speed. That's what I was talking about earlier. When I rotate the shutter ring, the tiny little ring also rotates. Now it was 30, 15, 250, 500, 1000. Now the battery check. You will just have to, it has a spring so it slides back, and you need to see that little needle in the right corner so that it moves a little bit up. Yes, it moves. Means that my battery is okay, I hope. To expose it, you will need to turn it on, but this turns on only the light meter, so you can shoot it without light meter anytime you want. It's on. So the aperture ring and the shutter speed ring. You have to overlay that little hollow needle that I'm moving, that shows the aperture ring, the aperture, sorry, and with the shutter speed. So the needle moves up. Up means overexposure, down means underexposure. So we are raising the speed, so it should be like, now it's in 60, and aperture 5.6. So you just have to make the combination so they overlap. Something like this. But the viewfinder is really nice. Let's just try focusing on something. Okay, here we have some plants. As you can see, now it's out of focus. I hope something like this, it's in focus. This is how it look like. Okay. See a couple of times. How does it sound? To use the self-timer, you will just advance the film, cock the shutter, move this lever down, rotate it. For some reason, in my case, this camera does not want to lock, so it just goes on by itself, but it should lock on the down position and waiting for you to press the shutter and only afterwards to start the self-timer. But these are old cameras, so they can have some faults. You have to live with them or try to repair them. On the same time, this same lever, you use it to use, as you can see, it's a depth of field preview. You can also lock it in that position while you press, rotate it inwards. At the same time, that little one, rotate it outwards to the L position. As you can see it like this. Now it locked. You can change the aperture. And if you move it even outside to the M, that is the mirror lockup, it locks the mirror up until you move this little lever to the white dot. To unmount the lens, you have to rotate this silver ring, unscrew, until the two red dots are aligned, and then you can lift it up. You can see the mirror, the depth of field lever, and the mirror lockup. To put the lens back again, take the lens, place it in such a way that the two red dots are aligned. It falls into his housing, and then you screw it in until you feel resistance. Use some common sense here, do not over tighten it. This is it. And when you are finished shooting your film, you will go here, press this little film rewind release button. It sticks in. You can see it's not raised anymore that much. And now you can rewind the film. Lift this up. Start rewinding it. Okay, I just felt and also heard that it got released. To turn off the light meter, you just slide this setting to the off position. But we also are locking the shutter release to the L position. To open it up, you just lift the rewind knob, it opens, and you can take out the film. Have you used this camera? What is your opinion about it? Let me know in the comments below. Hope you find this video useful, and subscribe, share, comment, like, and have a nice day and happy photographing. Bye.